Good morning, Stuart.
Morning, Meryl. Good to see you. How are you?
Yes, I'm very well, thanks. Thanks for taking the time to meet with me. Let me just introduce you first. So you are the Managing Director for Corpad Employee Benefits.
Yes, that's right.
And we're going to be talking in general about employee benefits and why they make a difference in people's lives and, the importance and the relevance of them. So the first question I want to ask, which I'm sure a lot of people might want to know, but sort of simply put, what is covered by employee benefits?
Yeah, so what we found, Meryl, I've been in the industry for 27 years, and if I go back to when I started in the industry, employee benefits used to be a mix of traditional pension scheme, maybe some life assurance, and perhaps some healthcare for the more senior employees within a business. But it's great to see how employee benefits have changed over the years. They've evolved dramatically in recent years to embrace the need to provide a more holistic employee benefits mix to bring benefits closer to the employer brand and values. Coupled with the use of communication support, technology such as benefit platforms, financial advice, and maximising tax efficiencies of certain benefits, we've seen some dramatic change and offerings now offered to include things like a mix of pension scheme, health and protection cover, through to flexible employee benefits. And importantly, what we've seen rapidly evolving throughout the pandemic is a true health and well-being strategy to help employees and their families at a time of need.
Yeah, good. We will touch on that subject a bit later. So obviously we all know about pension, because that's the sort of the most common form of benefit. And right now we have the compulsory auto enrollment. But why should a company offer additional employee benefits?
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Meryl. Auto enrolment's been around since October 2012. It's kept us busy in the industry. And often we're challenged by companies to say, what other benefits should we provide for our staff? Should we offer anything, or should we just give them a cash alternative? Our view is, as a responsible employer, the health and financial well-being of employees is fundamental to the success of any business. To be an employer of choice and to support employees and their dependents by providing a well thought out and competitive benefits package can help support the recruitment, retention and motivation of staff, particularly as we continue to work our way through the pandemic. And we issues with our workforce, not only in-house, but our clients as well, working our way through the pandemic. And employee benefits have always come forward to support families at a time of need.
Yeah. So when you talk about looking at how we can support them, what should the people be considering when it comes to things like tax implications, financial planning? Should those be the employer that should consider those things, or do you think it is something that really sits within the employee's responsibility to work out?
Yeah, there's a number of factors to consider here, Meryl, and a really good point. And again, an often discussion point that we have with clients is whose responsibility is it to really provide that support to their employees? We're strong advocates of the retirement journey and providing employees with access to intuitive guidance tools, which often come with pension providers. So again, it doesn't have to be full financial advice, but getting access to guidance, intuitive guidance tools, what if calculators can all be provided to employees to help them. And naturally, that doesn't specifically need to come at a charge. As I said earlier, I've been in the industry for 27 years and I've seen every variation of benefit, tax implication, good and bad examples of advice given to employees. We believe that providing early planning support and a retirement journey from midlife to retirement, then an employee can truly understand and appreciate the financial decisions that they make. Making those early decisions, from being enrolled into a pension scheme, reviewing where they're invested, is the default investment fund right for them, levels of pension contribution affordability are all crucial to achieve financially happy retirement. From an employer's point of view, employers are funding this, so they're paying contributions to a scheme. Is it fit for purpose? Is it working for their employees? So why not provide some financial support, financial education support, or financial advice to employees to help them, guide them on their journey?
Right. Well, you mentioned intuitive guidance tools. What is that?
Pension providers typically provide employees with access calculators. What if I was to pay an extra 1% into my pension scheme? What could that mean to my pension projection
Okay.
in the long term? What about how to make an investment decision? Again, pension providers have evolved over the years. So now they provide some calculators where people can plug in their own attitude to investment risk view, and they can get a range of investment funds to suit their own personal circumstance. Again, that's provided within the pension platform. So from that point of view, employees may not need that full advice, but they may want to know where they are positioned. They have pensions elsewhere. Should they be consolidating those as they get closer to retirement? What are their options?
Okay.
In return, where are they well placed? Are they going to have a good retirement?
Okay. Good. It's a hell of a lot to think about, isn't it?
Yeah. The question you asked, around tax efficiencies. From an employer's point of view, maximising the tax efficiencies, such as implementing things like salary sacrifice arrangements and communicating those arrangements, can make a significant difference to an employee's financial well-being and getting buy-in from employees. Salary sacrifice, we advocate that to our clients because we believe it enables people to get more money into their pension fund in a tax efficient way, and the employer makes the saving as well. So why not maximize that saving and promote that to employees?
Yeah. Years ago, I think, because I haven't been involved with pensions for quite a long time, but years ago there was a scheme called SMART, which is save money and reduce tax. I guess that was the forerunner to salary sacrifice, wasn't it?
Yeah,
or that's what it was called before it became salary sacrifice. But it's essentially the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, Meryl.
Yeah. Okay. So what would be the common pitfalls or common mistakes made about employee benefits?
Yeah, so if we highlight what's happened over the last 14 months since we've tended to be working from home, there's a number of areas that we've picked up on and where we've helped clients. So the first one is service. So service comes from every benefit offered to an employee, whether it be the advisory firm, the provider or claims handler. It is paramount to the success or failure of an employee benefit arrangement that service is given and support is given to families that they need. Providing a policy with a competitive premium is great for the employer, but if it's backed up with poor communication strategy, poor service, or poor provider experience, then the value has been lost in implementation. Bless you, Meryl.
Hay fever.
Pushing the boundaries with the existing arrangements, review. We often find that new clients are funding for benefits that are either no longer relevant, unappreciated, or that could be improved more efficiently. Yeah. For example, I'll give you an example there, Meryl. We had one new client that we had not reviewed their employee benefit arrangements for many years. Through a open market review and just tinkering with some of the benefits that they have, we generated a saving of 25% of premium on those benefits, and then we rebated that 25% saving back in to enhance other benefits that they now offer to their employees.
Yeah, that's really good. So I guess the question from there would come clearly. Should you review them regularly, your benefits?
Absolutely. And what we say is review regularly and don't be afraid to ask your employees what they want. Right. Employees have to provide a pension scheme under the rules of auto enrolment. We've discussed that. But every employer is different. And why not start by understanding your employees' needs and create a short list of benefits that can evolve as time and budget allows? Review what they've got, start from scratch and look at what they've got. And then finally, for us, something that we've advocated strongly is communicate. Employers often spend a significant amount of money on employee benefits. However, they are often poorly communicated. there's little point having a healthcare scheme if employees do not understand the benefits
Right.
of the arrangement or how to access it, for example.
Yeah. Very good point. So this might be a little bit contentious, but what are your views about companies being selective about who should receive benefits based on a person's position in the company?
Yeah, what we have seen, and traditionally it used to be, the top earners or the more senior employees within an organisation got the good benefits, and then everybody else didn't really get much. What we've seen in recent years, we've seen a significant change in employers' mindset and attitude from protecting and rewarding the senior team to a fairer benefits for all approach. Admittingly, we do still see different benefits for the top co. However, these tend to be now more about higher pension contribution levels, so higher percentages, where they can be funded within an annual allowance, or key person protection for the business. There's a definite shift to fairness of all, benefits for all is what we've certainly seen.
Yeah. I want to just raise a point which you spoke about really right at the beginning, which is mental health awareness. So do you advocate, or do you believe that as part of an employer's benefit offering should be health awareness and support?
Absolutely. One of the most fundamental shifts from the traditional and conventional employee benefit arrangements is the welcome evolution of mental health awareness and support. And I can't speak highly enough of some of our providers in the marketplace who fully support clients with mental health awareness and support. We've all been touched in some respect over the COVID pandemic. Everybody's been impacted as a result. But what we have seen is some of the providers have embraced this need and launched some excellent support programs to complement existing arrangements. So it doesn't necessarily mean starting from scratch, undoing what you've got. You may have some good support within the benefits regime that you've already got, but they're not known, they're not communicated. Yeah. We know of one provider who's built an entire proposition on supporting employees' health and well-being. After all, the better we look at the risk there is of a claim on a policy. So why not do that? Very good provider. Employees tend to love the proposition that they've got, and it's access to their families as well, which is important, particularly at this time.
Yeah. Okay. So if you did offer sort of a well-rounded package of benefits, what do you think what's the knock-on effect to a company's image, their brand, their reputation?
Yeah, we firmly believe that they go hand in hand. I always remember one of those corridor conversations with an employee of a client who unfortunately had undergone significant but successful treatment for cancer, and treated through the company-funded healthcare provider. That employee was truly humbled for the care, support, and efficiency of treatment provided by the healthcare provider, which was matched by the company's own image for being an efficient, well-managed, and supportive business.
Yeah.
So it was closely aligned to their image and reputation. It worked well for them, and a fantastic outcome for that employee, and advocated throughout the workforce. He didn't keep that confidential. He was quite open about the treatment that he'd received and the successful care and support provided by both the employer but also the healthcare provider.
Yeah.
We do often find that the governance of employee benefits is often overlooked. So how does an employer really know from year to year how their employee benefit arrangements are performing and meeting their employees' needs without good governance and reporting? As employee benefit consultants, we meet with our clients regularly, but we do find that those conversations, the cost of those employee benefits more so than the governance of those benefits. Are they meeting the needs of the employees? What's the feedback from the employees? What's the underlying investment performance of a pension fund? Those are all conversations that should be held and brought back within the image and reputation of the business.
Yeah. I would. Yeah. I mean, I think my recent experience, obviously, I think if you because I think in the recruitment game that you have as well now, where people are also, if you like, interviewing the company, it isn't all one way now that it used to be. So if you can show that looking after your employees and providing them with good benefits, I think it certainly helps in the decision that somebody might have between two companies, if one is offering something which another company wouldn't be. So I guess, they do go hand in hand.
Yeah, we've seen the market picked up. I've heard of lots of movement in the recruitment sector now, where we are hopefully evolving from the pandemic, and people do return to work, and what demand for good people is out there.
Yeah.
So if an employers are not an employer of choice because they don't have a good benefits mix, then you can quite easily see employees disappearing elsewhere.
Yeah, it's true. Obviously, the next question is, should companies be looking at a slightly different model of employee benefits, considering that more and more companies are looking at a hybrid working model or even working from home permanently? So should we be looking at other offerings as opposed to the more traditional ones?
Yeah, I think there's still a place for the traditional offerings. By all means, they work. People do need pension schemes to have a financially secure retirement. But absolutely, I agree. We've definitely seen a move to embrace new offerings in the marketplace, such as, we've all embraced technology over the last 14 months or so. That is similar trend in employee benefits. The use of technology and communication in employee benefits has never been so much in demand.
Yeah.
So whilst underlying benefits may remain the same, we've seen a real uptake in smarter communication and dedicated helplines to support employees with things like financial advice, health and wellbeing support, and perhaps managing a complex claim. Claims that have different nature, and often the providers, are not overly helpful with a claim support. So again, we've seen, some complex claims coming through over the last 14 months. We've seen a remarkable uptake on employees reviewing their financial well-being as a result of working from home.
Right.
In some examples, we've seen more disposable income and savings as people don't commute to work. They've managed to save some more money. We have, in certain cases, seen employees increasing funding to pension schemes, for example.
Yeah.
And improve their retirement position, or consider increased protection for their families. I said earlier that we've all been touched as a result of the pandemic, but people have honestly reviewed. I've never had so many calls in the last 4 months where people are asking questions about their pension scheme, what they're covered for, what their families are covered for. So again, we can see that trend continuing.
Right. Okay. My last question to you, which is sort of a little bit like, I guess it hinges on the previous question, but we've seen a lot of recent online platforms offering sort of a more holistic approach to employee well-being, and different sort of perks and benefits that employees can have. Do you think these kind of companies are disruptors in the market to the traditional employee benefit companies and offerings?
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen some fantastic tech enhancements over the past 14 months. The real value add of certain providers has clearly been tested, and these new providers are demonstrating their out-of-box thinking at a time when their clients need support. I'm a strong advocate of the virtual GP sessions that some of these providers offer. We all know how difficult it's been to get a GP appointment, and these GP online sessions have been terrific with the providers. Coupled with wellness sessions, online gym sessions, and enhancements to mental health support. Whilst other more traditional providers have done little to change their proposition or support their clients. And in our view, that triggers a review. And absolutely, back to your question, they are market disruptors. They are thinking outside the box. They are providing support to clients as and when needed.
Yeah. So is Corpad Employee Benefits looking at a wide variety of offerings to companies and to individuals?
Yeah, absolutely. We're a whole of market provider, so we are consultants, and that's what we do. That's our day job. We consult with our clients. So we like to build an employee benefit solution to fit our clients, whether that's the corporate employer, bring through the values and where they want to be in the market, but also to match benefits to suit their employees. So we're strong advocates of that. That's what we're built to do. And from a whole of market point of view, to match providers to suit the individual client.
Great. Thank you, Stuart. I'm sure that's given both companies and individuals some food for thought, and hopefully, some people will take this on board, and if they haven't, review their benefits more regularly, or think about widening, the offer. So I appreciate your time, and hopefully it will make a difference for some people.
Excellent. Thanks, Meryl. Really good to see you. You take care.